Hey everyone, how is everyone? Hello from Australia. Hey Tanny, hey Zelda, hey Pat, hey Zelda. Wait, I said that already. Hey Scott, hey Morgan, hey Mel Mel, hey Renee, hey Zaresha, hey Sasmare, hey Karina, hey El Taylor. I think I got everyone. So just quickly before we start, thanks Renee. I'm fine. I know some people have been asking if I'm okay because of the New South Wales bushfires. I'm completely fine. I think last I checked, the last fire the last fire is that I saw was about 10 minutes from me. Now let's have a look. Yep, so it's in, yeah, so it's about 10 minutes from me. But I'm fine. Okay. Hey, a life at home. How am I? I'm good. So yeah, there's in New South Wales we've lost 150 homes. We have, at last I looked, was like 90 fires happening. We have mass evacuation. We have had 2 deaths, 5 missing, and 30 injuries. It's really severe, guys. I'm completely safe. I am completely safe. So, but I just wanted to say that first because I don't want anyone to be worried about me. I'm not anywhere near a place that needs to be evacuated. Yesterday, for the last few days, well, the last week actually, there's been a lot of smoke near me. But at the moment there isn't. I would say in the next couple of hours there will be, but that's fine. That's, you know, I'm safe. So I just wanted to let you know. I actually sent a photo. Let's see if let me send it to myself so that I'll drop it to myself so I can show you guys how close I am, and then I want to get into the case because this case I've wanted to do for quite some time. So I'm just going to show you, this is the Fire Near Me app. If you're Australian, I recommend you get it. It shows you the fires near you. But it's just really good to check, especially around this time of the year, because this is bushfire season. So if you can see there, when it comes up on the screen for you guys, hey Harmony, if you see, that's the amount of fires that are going on. And if you expand it, if you sort of zoom in, you can actually see there's even more than that. That's just a really broad view. So please keep New South Wales and Queensland in your prayers, and especially the wildlife. Actually, whilst I'm here, let me get koalas from our koala hospital at Port Macquarie. Kind of hilarious listening to Steve Lookner say Macquarie. But they have lost 250 koalas. So where is my live? So here's the GoFundMe. There you go. Yes, happy birthday for El Taylor for yesterday. So let's get rid of that image. So I want to know who has heard of this case before. Oh, Morgan, you can still complain about the California fires. You guys lost power for so long. But yeah, 250 koalas. I'm trying not to think about it because I will actually start bawling my eyes out. But the money that goes for that fundraiser, they've already raised their goal, which was $25,000. A lot of the koalas have been burnt quite badly that are left, so they could really use help. So a lot of people have donated $5. Every dollar really does count. Okay. Yes, let's all pray for the koalas. I feel we need to move on though, because I will genuinely get upset. So this case, it says I'm offline. Why does it say I'm offline? Let me refresh. I'm live. Okay, just wanted to. So, hey, Matt Sully. This case is so fascinating. Ooh, Harmony's heard of the case. Melma says she looks familiar, and he says she recognizes the pic but not the name. This case is interesting. And this is a case that I think, that's amazing, Morgan. Well done. Sass recognizes the name. This case is something that needs to be done live, because I need to know your guys' opinions when we lay everything out, because I feel like I can't decide what I feel about this case. The police have a feeling about the case, her family have a different feeling. So let's do our deep dive. It's a good case. This is Kayelyn Louder that you see on the screen. And at the time that she went missing, which was September 27th, 2014, she was 30 years old. And she lived in Murray in Utah. So we're going all the way back to 2014 for this case. Hey, Officer Mac, how are you? I hope everyone's having a good day or night where they are. So Kaylyn, from having a look at her, what is it called? Oh my gosh, I've forgotten the name. What's the name of the place? The name of the place where you put like your resume and your work experience. Why don't I have the link? Oh my gosh, what's it called? It looks familiar. I'm really going to be annoyed until I find it. LinkedIn, thank you. LinkedIn. So she was actually a social worker. She was trained in being a social worker. She was struggling for work at the time though. Thank you guys. Hey Betsy, how are you? So she she was doing really well. A little bit about Kaylyn. She loved animals. She had a pug who she named Phyllis. Just so precious. She enjoyed reading and sharing books, and she loved to ride horses. She loved her friends, and she was a friend to everyone. Kaylyn loved life and laughing. She was so fiercely competitive when she played Scrabble that no one liked to play with her. Her life was devoted to helping others. She was non-judgmental and loved you for who you were. She loved her siblings and enjoyed teasing them. Now she also has a twin brother named Colton, and we're going to talk about him in a little bit. Hey Tori. So for all intents and purposes, she's just this, regular person who has a pug named Phyllis. She has a twin brother. She lives in Utah. She's gone to college. So she seems like, the average person. At the time that she was last seen, she did have a roommate. Now, nothing is really known about her roommate at all, which is very confusing. We don't even really know her name. She's not come out and spoken at all. So we don't have info on her. If anyone finds any information, I would love it if you could email me it. Hey Prepper. And one of the mods can just pop my email link if they can up for this. So that, because what I want to do is with these cases, I want it to be more of a collaborative effort. I don't want it to just be about me. I want us to work together. And so if there are cases that you know a lot about and you want to present them, you're more than welcome to email me and we can work together as well on that, because I really like that. The other thing is that I forgot, I'm a bit rusty, is that I do have a true crime Facebook group that we've been doing a lot in the last few days. We've especially been doing the Patrick Frazee case. We've been doing watch parties for Sam Kramer's lives. We've been sharing a lot of information in there. So if you want to come over and join that, that would be swell as well. We're almost at our 100 members, which is really cool. So let me put that link in there as well. Okay. So if you have any information about this case too, shoot me an email and let me know in the comments so that I can read it. But I think it's best we get started into what I have. On the day that she's last seen is September 27th, 2014. There is surveillance from that day that I've managed to obtain, and there's two really weird 911 calls. The first one's the day before, on September 26th, and it happens around 9 p.m. that night. She actually calls and reports gunfire and violence, which was a bit confusing because from what we know now, there was actually a wedding party taking place in her condo's clubhouse at the time. And when the guests of the wedding were questioned about this, no one had reported hearing shots fired. So it was kind of really confusing. Hey Cheryl. Oh, thanks guys. I'm so close to that 1,000. I get it. Facebook does take you down rabbit holes. Not as much as YouTube for me. YouTube at nighttime, man, the rabbit holes you can get into. Thanks guys, thank you. So I haven't been able to find the first 911 call. So if anyone can find the first 911 call from Kayelyn Louder that happens on the 26th of September at around 9 p.m, I will love you forever. And you can email that to me. The second 911 call happens the next day, which is the 27th, sorry. Now that happens at 8:18 a.m. She calls, and I'm going to play it in a minute. She calls and says that there's an intruder in her home. Now, at the time when she's saying all of this, her roommate is there, and she actually comes out and tries to sort of reassure Kaylyn that the door's locked, that no one's actually in there. But Kaylyn is very adamant that someone is in there and that she's hearing people in her house. So it's quite bizarre. So I'm going to play that call now. The thing is that the quality is quite bad. So it is very hard to hear. I'm going to play it, and I want you to let me know. Zeracia, I have actually listened to that. I didn't know they had both. I will go back and try and grab the first one. Morgan, awesome. Try and look into the roommate because no one's been able to find anything, I don't think. but I will take note of that other 911 call, and I might even put them up separately for people as well. But I'm going to play what I think is the more important one, because it's the day she goes missing or disappears. So please let me know in the comments if it's really hard to hear, and if it is, we'll try and figure something else out. But the audio quality isn't good anyway, so we'll see how we go. So let's get listening to the 911 call. Let me see if the music's off. Yeah.
Okay. 911, what's the address of your emergency?
5584107, I have an intruder.
Repeat the address for verification.
They're stealing from my house.
Okay, say your address one more time. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Worry.
And the phone number you're calling from?
801. Get the out of my house.
And repeat the phone number for verification.
8.
Okay, do you know who this person is?
No, I don't. I just know that there's an intruder in my house.
You don't know who they are?
No, I don't. I'm going to look from where I'm at. I'm worried about my safety. Victoria?
Are you at the location now?
Yes, I am.
Were weapons involved or mentioned?
They're not talking or responding. I'm just telling them to leave so I can hear them taking things.
So you haven't seen them, you can just hear them?
Yes, correct.
Are you or anyone else in immediate danger?
I believe so.
Okay, are you able to get yourself to safety?
I just want to answer that while he's here.
I'm sorry, what?
No.
Can you talk freely with me?
Yeah.
Okay, where exactly are you?
I'm in the back bedroom.
Okay. Where did the suspect enter the building?
There's only one door. On the west side.
Okay, where are the possible exits from the building?
There's only one. Get out of my house!
Is there anyone else in the building who belongs there?
Yes, there's 6 apartments.
I'm sorry, what?
6.
There's 6 people?
6 apartments.
Okay, is there anybody else in your apartment that should be there?
I believe she is here. I have a roommate.
Where is she at?
Next door to me.
Okay, I'm just going to stay on the line with you until I'll see if they're okay. Just let me know if anything changes. What is your last name?
Louder.
And your first name?
Kaylyn.
It's what?
Kaylyn.
Can you still hear them?
Yes.
Where does it sound like they're at?
The front room. Near the entrance. It's a small place. Shut up.
Are they saying anything?
Yeah, I heard someone say, hey, go in there, so there's obviously 2 of them. Here, lock the door. There's something going on there. Come here. Yeah. They might have left.
Okay, what's going on now? Hello?
Okay. Since they left?
They've left now?
Yeah. So I'm just going to look and see if anything's been taken. someone opened the door, and I heard them come in. So I know that
Did you know where they went at all?
no, don't do that, girl. It's the door's still locked. It's locked. They must have a key or something. Because when I took the dog out, I heard people talking. There was people last night, like, sitting outside the window. And so they, like, were scoping us out or something. Nobody knows about about, like, the fake key. The ID key, yeah, but nobody knows about it. It's possible. So I took it out, like, I had it on my person. Where is God? Someone opened the door. And there's actually, like, people like, no, Rachel. Like, people see me get out there all the time. Yeah, here's the thing. It's fake. It's fake. Mm-hmm. And then what? Why is the door still locked? Well, I can't explain that, but I heard, like, two people talking. Is the office closed?
What was that?
Is the officer closed?
I'm not sure where they're coming from. They're on the way. I don't know where they're coming from, though.
What do you want them? How do you want on the... The top song. Bathroom. What in the bathroom? They have a clock in the bathroom, so it's fixed. I don't know. But if something fixing that, you have to,
Okay, so that is the 911 call. Oh yes. So if you have any recommendations, it's probably best to either email me your case recommendations, or if you go into the All Things True Crime Facebook group, there's actually a thread where you can recommend cases. I have a huge list, but I love when people recommend, because it means that they're the ones that people are interested in. Thank you, Sasmere. Okay, so we hear the 911 call. Then we see surveillance videos, 4:45 p.m. It's raining in the surveillance videos, and you can see that she's wearing a tank top and shorts. She doesn't have any shoes on. It looks like she might be talking to someone in the videos, in the surveillance videos. And Kaylyn's family says that the videos look normal to them, and she just looks like she's talking to her dog Phyllis. So I want you to go into watching or looking at the videos with that in mind. And we're working up to when she was found. Okay, so let's so let me show you some of the surveillance videos. So you can see her coming out past the car. That's probably the last video. That's not the one I wanted to show you first. Although it does say part 1. That's confusing. See how we go now. Okay, so you can see that she's holding her dog in the video, and they go around some sort of rock. The video gets you. Okay, so there's one. Get the next one up. I'll play them a couple of times. There's another and she's running away without her dog. I'm not going to play. I think this is the longer one. She's holding her dog. She's looking around. She puts her dog down. And she's walking without shoes on. Look, the whole without shoes thing isn't really an issue for me. I don't know about you guys, but I go outside all the time without shoes on, even if it's raining. That's not like a huge issue for me. We can go through these again as well, guys. I just want to show you. What state? Utah. These videos, yes, prepper. These videos are the same day as the 911 call. The 911 call is at 8:18 a.m. and the surveillance videos are showing you from 3:30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Okay, so there's another one, and I think this is the last one. Okay, and the reason this is played is because they believe that the car, this red car, is actually her roommate. I think that's why this video is shown. And it looks like she's parking into their like garage or whatever. But I'm going to play part 2 again because that's, I think I do believe that that's her running away. You see she comes out quite fast and is running, and I don't know where the dog is. Okay, so what I haven't been telling you guys why is this happening? Sorry guys. What I haven't been telling you guys is that she was missing for 9 weeks. And on the morning of December 1st, her body is found in a blocked pipe in the Jordan River, 5 miles from her condo. And her body had been submerged and partially concealed. The location of her body was the Jordan River in West Valley City, near 1200 West and 3300 South, or 330, I don't know how you say it. The autopsy was inconclusive, but showed no drugs in her system. The media believe that this is a case of a woman with a mental health issue, and it actually wasn't covered a lot at the time. But anyone who is interested in true crime will possibly know this because this has been covered a lot, especially with podcasts. True Crime Garage did a great 2-part, I think it's 2-part podcast. I'd recommend listening to it. And I had mentioned a little bit that in 2006 she earned a bachelor's in social work from Utah State University. She did have trouble finding and keeping a job afterwards, and she was working as a dog sitter at the time of her disappearance. That was just a little fact that I had. The email address is missbridgetparker@gmail.com. Oh, so we all do it. I love it. Okay, so that's what's interesting, is her body is then found 9 weeks later. But that's not all that's interesting about this case. Remember that I told you about her brother? Remember she has a twin? Let me get his photo up for you, because something interesting happened with her twin. Now, this is before her disappearance in 2009. In 2009, Colton, her twin brother, actually killed their uncle. And he received 9 years in prison for manslaughter. So that's kind of an interesting little thing I wanted to mention. Sadly, Kaylyn's brother actually passed away this year on January 13th. So I find that really heartbreaking, but at the same time a little comfort that the twins are together again. I just feel so much for that family though. So much for that family. Oh, I have an email. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Let's put this up on the screen. So something's just been sent to me. So the questions are, her family believed that foul play was involved. She has no history of mental illness. She's never shown signs of it. So her family truly believe that foul play was involved. The police department don't and are not pursuing this any further. I just got a image through that I will share. It's interesting. Anonymous. Kayelyn Louder was seen picked up by by someone about 22 quarter to 8 that night in the beating rain in front of her condos on September 27th, 2014. An off-duty police officer in a silver BMW. Jen says, that seems pretty fishy to me. And Sunny E says, was he investigated? This is such a sad story that's made me curious for years. So I'll leave that up for a little bit. Whilst I go read. Okay, great point, Prepper. Was the brother still in prison? I need to actually look that up. Hey, Truther Sleuther. I hope I haven't missed anyone else. Oh, thanks, Tori. I appreciate it. But honestly, if you want a really great true crime podcast, I would recommend True Crime Garage. I love them, and the Murder Squad, but I just love, I love True Crime Garage. I really do. I need to confirm, or we need to confirm, that the brother was in prison in 2014. Wait, hang on. So that happened in 2009. So that's actually, that's quite close to possibly him being out. Let's see if we can find any info on that. I'm just having a little look if you guys want to have a look too. So far all I'm seeing is that he's sentenced to 5 years in prison later that same year. So he may still have been in prison. He may still have been in prison. We'll keep looking. I don't think I've been able to find out any info about that. I think, because otherwise I would have written it down. You know, you guys know how obsessed I am with facts and how much I research. So I don't think I was able to figure that out. Yes, true, Tori. He probably was out. Yes. So Karina, the autopsy was inconclusive and it showed no drugs in her system. However, I don't know whether you can fully say with confidence that there were no drugs in her system because she was found 9 weeks later. No worries, Erasure. There is no cause of death. And she was found, now let me see if I can find an image of the exact spot. But she was found in a blocked pipe in the Jordan River 5 miles from her condo. Her body had been submerged and partially concealed. I mean, that to me sounds suspicious. So let's see if I can find... Okay, so this is so her body was discovered by West Valley City work crews looking in a drainage pipe. They noticed the body barely sticking out of the water in the middle of the river. It was underneath a bridge and partially hidden by water plants. Because of decomposition, police were not immediately able to determine an age or gender. Now this is interesting. Who is Fugal? Fugal is a spokesperson for the Latta family, and says, now this is an article dated April 15th, 2015, so sometime after, I guess because the autopsy would have taken some time. And the family statement is, we know there is more to the story. Her family deserves answers and she deserves justice. Without help from influential people or deep pockets, our family fears we are left to accept what the authorities have speculated. But we know this was not an accident. We will continue to investigate and do whatever we can to seek truth and justice for sweet Kaylyn. And the police have said that no, there's no suggestion of foul play. It's very hard. It is quite hard to find some info. I've got another email that's come through. Ooh, interesting. Thank you. Okay, so, thank you. Everyone's giving me such great info. I love you guys. Actually, I'm going to get my other device set up so that I can read comments off there. Oh my gosh, C. Morgan, I thought the same thing. As soon as I saw the videos, I'm like, is the pug okay? Hey, One Smart Cookie. Long time no see. Was her dog missing? I think the dog's okay. Okay, I've got lots of emails to go through with lots of... see, this is what I love. I love it when we all work together. This is interesting because there is a little bit more about... the brother. Cancel. Let's get this article up so you guys can see it as well. Okay. What is that? I think there we go. Okay. This is from last year, May 31st, 2018. Man convicted of killing uncle gets another chance at parole. Squeeze this in a little. Annoying. I can't see the chat at the moment, guys. I've got like a million emails now, guys. Thank you so much. Okay. This is her brother. Let's get the chat up. See. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to go through each email. And if anyone wants to sleuth about the pug, because Morgan's not going to sleep unless we find out the pug is okay. So someone needs to do this. One Smart Cookie, this is a case from 2014 in Utah. We played earlier her 911 call where she says someone was in her home. We don't believe anyone was in the home. We're a bit confused about that. Hey, TT and Z. I'm sorry if I've missed anyone else. Hey, Pamela. Let me know if I've missed saying hello. And we're just having a look at her brother. Her twin brother was charged with killing their uncle. He got 5 years for manslaughter, and we're just having a little look at his background at the moment. And we're all concerned about Kaylyn's pug. The pug's name was Phyllis. Phyllis the pug. I kind of love it. Okay. Utah State Prison. A man who has been returned to prison a couple of times since his original incarceration in 2009 for a manslaughter conviction is getting another chance at parole. Colton Jesse Latta, 34, has been granted parole and will be released from the Utah State Prison on August 7th. But Latta, who was told at his last parole hearing that if he were to be released, actually, whilst I'm reading this, maybe we can figure out if he was in prison at the time. If someone wants to do some sleuthing and see if they can look at his criminal record and see if he was out of jail at the time. But Latta, who was told at his last parole hearing that if he were to be released, he'd either have to succeed or be locked up for life. Oh, okay. Will have some strict conditions for his release. The Utah Board of Pardons and Parole has ordered Latta to be put on a GPS ankle monitor for the first 90 days of his release and also be subjected to random drug and alcohol tests 4 times a month during that time. Hey, Aya Pluto, thank you. Thank you so much. Latta was also ordered to abide by adult probation and parole curfew and complete vocational training. In 2009, Latta of Lehigh shot and killed his uncle, Jeff Ackerman, in a Pleasant Grove neighborhood. In court, attorneys noted that both men were using methamphetamine that day, and that when Latta uses drugs, he becomes paranoid. When Ackerman used drugs, he became angry. This combination led to a fatal confrontation. Latta pleaded guilty to a reduced charge of manslaughter, a first-degree felony, and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. But after being paroled, he was convicted of DUI just 13 months later and was sent back to prison in 2016. In 2017, he was sent back to prison again after he believed a stranger in the shadows told him to cut off his GPS ankle monitor, according to Utah Board of Pardons and Parole Chairwoman Kayelyn Louder. Tori, don't say that. Just say that you found information on the dog and that Phyllis is okay. During his last parole hearing on May 8th, Arbin told Latta that the decision to let him serve out the rest of his life term in prison or give him one more chance of freedom was a difficult one. Arbin also noted that Latta had continued to have strong support from his family from his original court proceeding through his latest parole hearing. I'm sure my family is sick of it. I'm sick of it. I can't imagine any rational, normal person not being sick of it, Latta said at his last parole hearing. It's hard to look at your behaviour and know how toxic it can be, how destructive it can be. I want to start building a life that I'm proud of, and I want to start building a life that I wouldn't imagine sacrificing by being high. Arbin told Latta it's clear that when he drinks or does drugs, he engages in high-risk behaviour. You're going to have to be at not a drop of anything for the rest of your life, she said. Hey 13th. That's it. And look, I'm not going to say anything about his drug use. That's no one's business. And I can't imagine how hard it would have been for him to lose his sister, and especially his twin. So we have confirmation from Tori that Phyllis is doing great, living in Maui, and is in love with a Doberman named Edward. Okay, so let's have a look at some more information that's been sent through. Awesome. So thank you for those 2 articles. I never know whether we say who sent it in or we don't. Karina has sent a great video that I can't play here, but I'm actually going to link in the comments for you to watch after this video. Hey Ray D, how are you? I genuinely don't believe that her brother did anything to her. I'm just going to say that. I don't think so. And I think that he's had a really hard life, and I hope that he's with her now and they're together again and that they're okay. He died in January of this year, sadly. And I just feel so bad for that family because they lost Kaylyn so tragically, and I feel the same for poor Colton. So I have watched this video. It is the title of it. Lost it. Just had it. Where'd it go? Okay, so this is actually the crime scene. I can't play it because it's on YouTube. But if you guys, what I'll do is actually, I will put it in the description. Well, you are right, Officer Mac, because we just read about how he's very paranoid. When he's high. But given her behavior, I don't know. So I've left the crime scene video from another YouTuber in the description, so you can go and look at that after if you want. I prefer if you stay and watch the rest of my video, but that's just me being selfish. Okay, so let's go back and have another look at what else has been sent. Yeah, there's also another video that you can watch about Colton Louder. It's the Colton Louder story. I'll pop that in the description as well. I can't play that because that's also a YouTube video. It just means that someone can strike me for using their content. Yes, thank you for that. We do have confirmation on the dog. How is Kaylyn's pug and cat doing? So she had a cat as well. This was from the 18th of October 2014. Kaylyn's mother said they are in the best hands with the people that are really taking good care of them. It's helped take the stress off of us knowing that they are doing well. So there is confirmation that they are actually okay. There is a Facebook group, Remembering Kayelyn Louder, which I'll pop in the description as well in case anyone wants to go and have a look there. And that group is still really active. Okay, awesome. Oh, it's made by a sister. Thank you so much. So can I share it in the Facebook group? Yes. There's 2 links in the and Morgan, I will say I didn't make that up. I actually was sent that. I'm serious, and I'm just not going to show it because it's got people's names and photos, and I just don't want to, it's in a group, so I don't feel like I want to do that. But if one of the mods can grab the two links in the description and put those in the true crime group, that would be great for later. Yes, and I got sent again another thing about the pug, and that's exactly what they've said. They're in the best hands with the people that are taking good care of them. So we can move past the pugs now. The poor pug. Okay, so what we've got so far then is we have Kaylyn acting interestingly, fearing for her life it seems, and last being seen, the last surveillance is 5:45 p.m. is the last surveillance. Let me know in the comments if you want us to watch the videos again. Pop a 1 up and I can play through the videos again. We'll watch them a couple of times. That's the last time she's seen. That 911 call is that morning. Yes, Karina, you can share the video on in the Facebook group. You can share anything you like in the Facebook group. Anyone can watch them in the Facebook group, but on YouTube, I can't show another YouTube video. It's really ridiculous, but you know, I kind of get it. Awesome, thanks guys. And let me pop the Facebook group URL again in here. Our group is updated like pretty much once or twice an hour. It's really active, so please come and be involved. And it's a community effort. It's not my Facebook group, it's our Facebook group. So we all work together. Should we listen? How about, do you think now we should listen to the 911 call again now that we know all the information that we do? Would you guys like to listen to it again? Just write a yes or no, be honest. I think now that you have more information, it might be interesting to listen to it again, knowing that this happened the day she disappeared. Possibly the day she died, because we don't know. We don't have a date of... Oh, it's not working. That's odd. Let me see what happens when I click on it. Oh, it works for me. That's bizarre. Can someone else pop the Facebook group link and see if maybe I didn't do it right or something? Okay, let's listen to the 911 call again. It's 6 minutes long. It is done at 8:18 a.m. in the morning. And just remember, she has a roommate that's there at the same time.
Severe emergency.
I 84107 intruder.
Repeat the address for verification.
They're stealing from my house.
Okay, say your address one more time. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Worry.
And the phone number you're calling from?
801. Get out of my house.
And repeat the phone number for verification.
8.
Okay, do you know who this person is?
No, I don't. I just know that there's an intruder in my house.
You don't know who they are?
No, I don't. I'm taking a look from where I'm at. I'm worried about my safety. Victoria?
Are you at the location now?
Yes, I am.
Were weapons involved or mentioned?
They're not talking or responding. I'm just telling them to leave, but I can hear them taking things.
So you haven't seen them, you can just hear them?
Yes, correct.
Are you or anyone else in immediate danger?
I believe so.
Okay, are you able to get yourself to safety?
I just want to answer that while he's here.
I'm sorry, what?
No.
Can you talk freely with me?
Yeah.
Okay, where exactly are you?
I'm in the back bedroom.
Okay. Where did the suspect enter the building?
There's only one door. On the west side.
Okay, where are the possible exits from the building?
There's only one. Get out of my house!
Is there anyone else in the building who belongs there?
Yes, there's 6 apartments.
I'm sorry, what?
6.
There's 6 people?
6 apartments.
Okay, is there anybody else in your apartment that should be there?
I believe she is here. I have a roommate.
Where is she at?
Next door to me.
Okay, I'm just going to stay on the line with you until officers get there, okay? Just let me know if anything changes. What is your last name?
Louder.
And your first name?
Kaylyn.
It's what?
Kaylyn.
Can you still hear them?
Yes.
Where does it sound like they're at?
The front room. Near the entrance. It's a small place. Shut up.
Are they saying anything?
Yeah, I heard someone say, hey, go in there, so there's obviously 2 of them. Here, lock the door. There's something going on in there. Come here. No. They might have left.
Okay, what's going on now? Hello?
Okay. They left?
They've left now?
Yeah, so I'm just going to look and see if anything's been taken. Someone opened the door, and I heard them come in. So, I know that
Did you know where they went at all?
No, don't do that. If the door's still locked, it's locked, but they must have a key or something. Because when I took the dog out, I heard people talking. There was people last night, like, sitting outside the window. And so they, like, were scoping us out or something. Nobody knows about like the fake key. The identification, yeah, but nobody knows about it. Well, I took it out, like I had it on my person. Where's God? Someone opened the door. And there's actually like people like no, Rachel. Like people see me get out there all the time. Yeah, here's the thing. It's fake. It's fake. Mm-hmm. And then what? Why is the door still locked? Well, I can't explain that, but I heard like 2 people talking. Is the office closed?
What was that?
Is the officer closed?
I'm not sure where they're coming from. They're on the way. I don't know where they're coming from now.
What do you want them? Are you lost on the... Yeah, the top they have a clock in the bathroom, so it's checked. I don't know. Right. But if someone says to get that, you have to,
Okay. So, I think it's better when you hear it a couple of times to really pay attention and to dissect it. Thank you so much, Officer Mac. So, Katie says, my brother is a former drug addict. This is typical behavior. My brother would call me at 2 a.m. thinking someone was trying to kill him. And it did sound like, for me, it did sound like her roommate was trying to reason with her or sort of reassure her. Hey, Amy. Hey, honey. That's how I felt about it. I don't know how you guys are feeling about what you're feeling, what your gut feeling is. I kind of feel like we need to look at the area. Who thinks we should look at the area? Possibly. Because the thing that gets me the most is that she was found in a blocked pipe in the Jordan River. Her body was submerged and partially concealed. And so, was she going there to hide? Was she worried? Was she paranoid? Was she fearing for her life? Was she that scared that she possibly went into the drain pipe to hide? I mean, to me, that could be a possibility. I don't know how you guys feel about that. But I think we need to look at the area. So, let's have a look and see if we can find the area. If anyone finds information, let me know. Let me just refresh my emails and see if I've got anything else. So let's have a little look at the area. I haven't looked at it yet. Let's look at it together. Interesting. Okay. How do I go? Nope. That's so sad, Katie. I'm so sorry to hear. What is the name of the body of water? The Jordan River. So she was found Jordan River in West Valley City near 1200 West and 330 South. Let me put that into the chat so that everyone can have a look. Thank you, Karina. I personally prefer if we all work together. I don't know about you guys. Oh, thank you, Karina. Oh, Karina gets a gold star. Let's pop up the images she's found for us. She's found the location, which is very interesting. So let's pop those images up. Downloads. Okay, so that's the first image. I think this is the best of the cover the screen for me. See? one more. And then I wanted to quickly ask, it's not related, but do you guys prefer background music or not? So let's go through these images together. Let me blow this up. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, thank you, Katie. I'm a huge fan of Judy Ron. Who found her submerged in the pipe? City workers did, because they were doing work that day on the pipes and they found her. So, hey Zeracia, welcome back. Okay, we'll just wait for the old YouTubes to catch up with my frantic. Here we go. So this is the first image that we see of the site. So we have Amy says no music. Morgan says as long as the music isn't louder than you. Only if the music's soft. I might just leave it off with music. Yeah, let's not do music. I agree with you guys. I just wasn't sure. Okay, Amy. So this is the first image. It's kind of, I think it's because of the sunlight. It's hard to see. But she was found, I'm guessing, under the bridge. Hey Britt, how are you? I hope you're well. Let's have a look at another of the images. Hey Nicole, how are you? This is another image of the area. This is at a different time of the day, so it's a little easier to see. This is where she was found, sadly found. Thanks, Mel Mel. I keep forgetting that it takes a while for OBS and YouTube to catch up to what I'm seeing. Are you serious? Has it not changed yet? There we go. Officer Mac says, at first glance, I see a lot of trash which could scream homeless camp, or at least homeless hangout, which unfortunately could mean drugs. That's a really great point. Thanks, Morgan. That's good to know. Good feedback. That's so interesting. Hey, Amy, again. That's really good to know that as well. It's helpful to have sort of a different perspective on it. And this is a better shot of the inside, and I believe this is where she was found underneath. I mean, I do love some mysterious sleuthing music, and I do those with my true crime videos, the ones I edit, because I think the music means a lot. It works really well, but I'm not sure about lives. Mel says there was flooding when she went missing. Wonder if she was hiding under the bridge and got caught. That's a really good point. So, as it says in my notes, her body had been submerged and partially concealed. Now let's go through, I'm going to go through all of my articles and see if okay, so there's an article from Fox 13 at Salt Lake City. So this is a local to the case that was posted December 2nd, 2014. So this is the next day after the body was found, and it's confirmed to be Kaylyn. Private investigator Alan Robbins says this is the worst case scenario. Police in West Valley City found Latta in about 3 to 4 feet of water under a bridge. Because the body was significantly decomposed, authorities could only identify her through dental records Tuesday afternoon. I know that the family was even in more fear of not knowing, of continuing on what they did for the past 9 weeks of not having an answer, Robin says, but the discovery has prompted more questions. A creek that connects to the Jordan River runs behind Latta's home. However, because of how shallow it is, Robbins does not believe her body would have travelled as far as it was found, which totaled 5 miles. And at the time they were waiting for the autopsy, but the autopsy was inconclusive. Now, when the autopsy came out, or sorry, before the autopsy was released, there was comments like this that says she didn't have bruises, scrapes, or decomposition that would come if she fell in the creek behind her house and floated 5 miles to where she was found in the river. We studied the creek and the river and walked up and down both of those and studied water levels and water flows. We've seen the debris and the flow not being capable to carry her for that long. And after seeing the body, the family also worries that the autopsy wasn't thorough enough. Her body was filthy. It had moss and dirt and leaves that we were really surprised were not clean up to examine her body really thoroughly to see if there were cuts or wounds or even bruising. So that's really interesting as well. Hey, Bunny Bubs. Can I blow up the wall in the background? I sure can. So where the tags are? Is that where you want me to blow up? Does that look, is that better for you? Amy wants to know, yeah, the tags. Is that better? Let me see. Karina, can you send me the links to where you got the images so I can see if I can get the image without the little things over the tags, please? Amy, so this is the case of Kayelyn Louder. She was 30 at the time she disappeared. On the morning that she disappeared, she had a really bizarre 911 call saying that 2 people were in her home, or several people were in her home. Her roommate says that there wasn't anyone in the home. I have played the 911 call twice, so definitely watch the replay so you can hear it. She also there's also surveillance that we showed, and we will show that again in a minute. And that's surveillance of her on the day that she disappeared. It's kind of interesting to have a look at it. She disappeared, and 9 weeks later her body was found in the location we're showing you right now. That's sort of like a brief catch up. Hey Lilybell Joy, no worries, just listen. Thank you so much, Officer Mac. Really, really appreciate it. So that's a really good point too, Officer Mac makes. Homeless will sometimes leave tags as warning to other homeless. I got a screen grab, and I'm going to study them. Thank you so much for that. So that's really interesting that we have some photos now of the area that her body was found. So should we go back and watch the surveillance videos again, guys? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to watch the videos again. and study her behavior. Unfortunately, they're only like 10-second, 20-second clips. I couldn't find a workable video to put them together. I mean, I guess I could try and piece them together myself. But so far I just have the files separately. Okay, let's play the videos again. I just have to find the screen, the right screen. Gosh, where is it? Sorry guys, I've got like 15 screens open, so I just have to figure out which one it is. Okay, I'm gonna have to find it in my notes. Okay, found it. Okay. Gotta love an ad. So the surveillance is shown at 3:30 p.m. and 5:45 p.m. You can see in some of them that she's with her dog, and it looks like in some of them she's talking to her dog. I don't think that that's... Oh, they've pieced all of this together. How did I not find this before? So see how she's carrying her dog in some of them? Her family have said, look, she looked like she was bending down at one point and talking to a dog. I do the same thing. I don't see anything weird about that. That's not weird behavior. That's normal pet behavior. You should hear me talk to my dog and my bunnies. Oh, excellent, Officer Mac. I'll do that now. Thank you, Morgan. That means a lot. She probably took the pug out to do it. Phyllis was using the restroom. Phyllis is a sophisticated woman. Sophisticated doggo. So they've actually pieced them together, and you can actually see in the last one her running away. And the consensus is about the red car that they think it's her roommate. That's why it's shown. No, I don't want to learn about Utah doctors. No. I'll play that one again. Get to see a Sydney ad. How exciting for you guys. Okay, let's play that through again. So whilst we're watching, let's just see if we can see anything that's abnormal behavior. To me, I don't see anything abnormal. I might blow it up a little though, actually. Yeah, that's why they do that Truth or Sleuther, but I try and talk as much as possible so that there's no awkward silences. I try. Hey, Life at Home again. Let me know in the comments, do you guys want me to blow it up full screen? Let me know. We'll watch it one more time with like full screen. And see how that red car pauses? I find that interesting too. Okay, let's blow this thing up. Should cover. Cut off the sides though. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Let's go again. Maybe on DJ. Okay, let's have a look together. Give me your notes while you're watching as well, guys, in the chat. Pick anything up. 45. So far, there's nothing out of the ordinary to me. But let me know if you see anything I don't see. So the only confusing, I guess the one that we should possibly just like loop is the 10-second clip of her running. Let me... Okay, I'll have to have a little quick look for those. Here we go. Found them. Okay. Watch this a couple of times. This is the one where she runs. Amy, we believe, just like Riley said, hey Riley, welcome in, that we think it's her roommate. And see how the red car paused a little. So let's Play this again. The only video that concerns me out of all of it is when she's just running. What do you guys think about that? So with this, we don't know anything about the roommate. We know, or we suspect, the roommate's name is Carol. Her cat was also named Carol. So a couple of people were confused as to whether in the 911 call she was actually talking to Carol or she was talking to the cat at some point. But you can hear the roommate, so most people say, well, it's probably just her talking to the cat. Britt says, I walk barefoot anytime there is no snow on the ground, rain is nothing. I agree. I will go outside with no shoes on. Sometimes in Australia, some of us are stupid enough to do that when it's really hot outside, which is the worst thing you can do. So to me, having no shoes on isn't an issue, especially if you're just going outside to take your dog out. I don't see that as being a huge issue. So Britt, what are you confused about with the silver car? Oh gosh, Renee, that's scary. We don't know, Simel, I don't know anything about the roommate. We know her name is possibly Carol. That's really it. But so this is all the information I can get. I've been digging on this for quite some time. And so if you do find any info though, you can email it to me or you can put it in the Facebook group. If someone can put my email up, please. So this is the info that I've got. Let's run through it again. Kayelyn Louder was 30 when she was last seen, September 27th, 2014 in Murray, Utah. From her obituary, I want to read this again. She loved animals, especially her pug, Phyllis. She enjoyed reading and sharing books and riding horses. She loved her friends and was a friend to everyone. Kaylyn loved life and laughing. She was so fiercely competitive, playing Scrabble, that no one liked to play with her. Her life was devoted to helping others. She was non-judgmental and loved you for who you were. She loved her siblings and enjoyed teasing them. In 2006, she earned a bachelor's in social work from Utah State University. She did have trouble finding and keeping a job afterwards and was working as a dog sitter by an online company at the time of her disappearance. So she did love animals. We know that. She has a twin brother, Colton, who sadly passed away January 13th of this year. And for that reason, I just want to pass, if any of her family ever see this, I want you to know that I am thinking of you. I can't imagine losing two loved ones, two twins. That it's just horrendous, so horrendous. She was last seen on surveillance at 5:45 p.m. on the 27th of September 2014. She called 911 the night before, and then the second 911 call was that morning on the 27th at 8:18 a.m, thinking that there was an intruder in her home. No one's really spoken about the roommate. If anyone can do some sleuthing, some respectful stalking about the roommate, I would really appreciate it. I haven't been able to find anything. Sadly, she was found 9 weeks later on the morning of December 1st by city workers who were near the area. She was found in a blocked pipe in the Jordan River, 5 miles from her condo. her body had been submerged and partially concealed. The autopsy was inconclusive but showed no drugs in her system. And like I said, her family believe that foul play is involved, but the media and the police don't. And so I don't know if anything will happen with this case going forward, but if there's any way that we can help as a community, I would really like us to work together on this one. Let's have a look at the chat. She didn't have a dog when she ran off. It doesn't look like it from the clip of her running off. It doesn't look like it. Yes, the parents lost a set of twins. It's just, I just can't imagine. My heart breaks for them. It truly, truly does. Bye, Karina. Enjoy the rest of your day. Pugs really don't run. Yeah, that's true. So I do wonder, I mean, her dog is okay because her dog was living with someone. The last we checked was October 2014. So I don't know. There's a gap there, isn't there, guys? Yes, Officer Mackie, I did mention that. I don't think you had joined yet. They do say in the autopsy that there were no drugs in her system, but she was found 9 weeks later. We don't know the date of her death. I don't think that means anything at all. And I'm not saying that to say that she was a drug user at all. I'm saying just in general. I think the autopsy and even the fact that there were no drugs in her system, that's all inconclusive. Honestly. Exactly, Officer Mack. I totally agree. Everywhere states, well, there's no drugs in her system, but I mean, the autopsy was inconclusive. And like the family said in an article that we just read, she was still covered in moss and grass, sadly, and but there were no bruises or any scrapes. So to say that her body had like floated down the river or anything like that. So it's a bit confusing. Beyond DJ, the roommate's name is Carol. That is literally all we know. I haven't been able to find out anything else, and everyone in chat has been respectfully stalking, as I like to call it, and no one else has been able to find anything either. So this is really all the information I have so far. And we have found some other good information today, like those images that we found, that Karina found for us. Let me see if I can, why won't it do it? So we do have some images that I hadn't seen before, so it puts things in perspective. But what I think we will do is I think we will do a part 2. I think that we'll give it a week or so and we'll all do some respectful stalking and see what we can find. Don't forget to join the Facebook group. It's all things true crime in Facebook, and let me put the URL. The URL, I hope it works. If it doesn't work, you can shoot me an email, missbridgetparker@gmail.com. You can send me a friend request on Facebook. If you see me, I have a black and white photo. It's the same photo I use on Facebook, on YouTube. You can add me on there or message me on there. I do have a personal Facebook, and that's me, and it's got my bunny, so just leave that one be, but just use the true crime one that I use. Let me just, got a couple of requests. Let me just approve them. If you find anything posted in the group, I might actually do a thread for anything Kayelyn Louder. Thank you so much, Officer Mac. Beyond DJ, yes, in Utah. This happened in Utah in, what's the place called again? Murray. I knew it started with an M. No last name of the roommate either online anywhere. Yes, Morgan, I actually want to make like t-shirts and a mug that say respectful stalking. I believe in it because I have a very big thing about not going real life. Don't contact her family. Leave them be. So be respectful when you go and sleuth. So yeah, come join the Facebook group. We will do another stream about this in a week or so. Thank you guys so much for coming, for participating. It's a community effort. I will hopefully have a video up Monday or Tuesday about an Australian case. It's a very interesting one. It's the bucket list killer. So very interesting. But thank you so much for your love and support. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, cases you want me to cover, you are free to email me. All of my details are in the description. And I will see you guys all very soon. Have a good rest of your night or afternoon if you are in Australia. And if you're in New South Wales or Queensland, please know that I am thinking about you. I am safe. I'm fine with the fires going on, but I know a lot of my friends have had to evacuate, which is kind of scary. So please keep those people in your thoughts and your prayers, and especially the animals, especially koalas, kangaroos, all of our wildlife. Please keep them in your prayers because we've really had a loss there. Thank you so much for the love. You honestly don't know how much it means to me. Until next time, guys. Bye for now.